Welcome and thank you for your attendance today. My name is Norbert Altenstad and I am a supply chain business development manager with more than 20 years experience in technology and logistics. Over those years, I've worked with leading 3PL warehouses, manufacturers, retailers, wholesalers, distributors, and carriers to streamline and automate their operations. I'm pleased to announce today's webinar is brought to you by Clear Destination. Clear Destination works with manufacturers, wholesalers, retailers, and carriers to implement direct-to-consumer home delivery technology solutions. Today's webinar will focus on direct-to-consumer home delivery challenges, solutions, and strategies. I hope this webinar will help you improve efficiencies, realize cost-saving opportunities, and streamline delivery operations. While so much remains unknown about the long-term impact of the ongoing coronavirus outbreak, supply chain will certainly look different because of this pandemic. From sourcing to distribution to inventory and transportation management, a good deal of analysis and process improvement is in order to support our local, national, and global economies. As a result, supply chain has jumped to the forefront of many companies' technology strategy. In the last 15 years, we've gone from being product-centric to customer-centric. We've gone from being brick and mortar dependent to e-commerce dependent. Some call it the Amazon effect. We've gone from being pickup to delivery. Today's tech-savvy, mobile-first consumers live in an omni-channel world in which they demand to be able to shop from wherever and through whatever means necessary that's available at their fingertips. Shoppers aren't just looking for product selection, they also want great delivery. So many companies are not agile enough to support the burst of e-commerce demand and strategic delivery management. The transition to online ordering, curbside pickup and delivery has been swift and mandatory, allowing for great opportunities for many and the need for technology adoption for others. Many different factors come into play why supply chain needs an increased degree of attention and technology. Whether you're a manufacturer, a distributor, a retailer, or a customer, transportation logistics and home delivery are now central to your supply chain and have become the critical component for today's business success. During this pandemic, we've seen so many unprepared companies and so much lost money and time due to poor planning. Whether you're doing big and bulky specialty or parcel delivery, the fact remains true. Inefficiency today exists because the right technologies are not being properly utilized to streamline business operations. Let's understand some of the newest trends in delivery so you can quickly set up an interconnected logistics delivery network that improves efficiency, provides real-time visibility, and enhances the overall customer experience. While so many companies have been mandated to close stores, they are able to keep their e-commerce sites and distribution centers open. As long as the store remains closed to the public and employees are able and willing to follow safe practices, it's still possible to meet online demand. Poor delivery experiences drive away shoppers. Shoppers expect speed and convenience, and they aren't always getting it. Speed and convenience are now almost as important as free delivery. Let's look at 5 different trends in retail. Buy now with home delivery later. Some deliveries are taking the online order, but not able to ship until the store has been reopened. This has the risk of a high percent of cancellations as it gives customers the maximum amount of time to change their minds. Move store inventory back to the distribution center. Some retailers are sending resources back to their stores with the specific objective of packing up high demand items, and then shipping them back to the e-commerce distribution center. This has the advantage of keeping the staff in store to a bare minimum and moving the inventory to a place where eaches can be consolidated and fulfilled. But this adds shipping and handling costs to an already costly process. Some retailers are fulfilling orders from stores through contactless pickup. Two trends that we see popping up today are buy online, pick up at curbside, and buy online, pick up at store. Number 3 and number 4. These have the advantage of a little less handling and shipping because it skips the distribution center, but at a less efficient rate because it's more localized. Payments are taken online, and then there's little need for direct interaction between the store associate and a customer. You just pop up the drive up, pop up the trunk, and the items get dropped into your car for you. The last and most interesting is direct-to-consumer delivery. There are many variations of this, from using your own trucks, using a third party, or arranging direct-to-consumer delivery from source, vendors, the manufacturer, or wholesaler. So let's dive a little bit deeper into that. 1 in 5 retailers are missing the mark entirely. Omni-channel retailers, as well as manufacturers and distributors, require agility to compete and thrive in an industry where there's ever-changing due to, in large part, really to the Amazon effect. A key part of direct-to-consumer delivery process is enabling vendors to drop ship on your behalf. Manufacturers and vendors are looking to expand their sales channels. This can mean drop shipping on behalf of those online retailers who are looking to expand their product assortments. Drop shipping can be a win-win for the retailers, manufacturers, and distributors by increasing customer satisfaction, reducing inventory on hand, and helping to drive sales and productivity. Drop ship simply means the manufacturer or distributor will ship products on your behalf to the end customer. Drop shippers are essentially invisible. Their sole responsibility is to build stock, and ship products. Everything else, marketing, website development, customer service, is the responsibility of the merchant. So you have a standard online shopping diagram where the orders where you have an online purchase goes from the manufacturer to an online store and direct to client. But in a drop ship, it shortens that supply chain. You have the online purchase to the retailer. That data gets sent directly to the manufacturer, and they will ship it to the client. So it becomes fast, it becomes cheaper, and really there's a lot more customer satisfaction. But the key element is visibility, data visibility. You need to have smart technology applications to manage this process. Because as goods are moving, it's not just linear. It's not just the suppliers to the manufacturers, to the distributors, to the consumers. When online orders are coming in for various products from consumers, that order can comprise of orders or line items that come from multiple suppliers, multiple manufacturers that get shipped from various distribution points to consumers all over different regions. So it's very complex. It's not linear. So smart technology applications are required to have the data visibility, to have the connectivity between all these partners in that process. So it's an interconnected logistics process that we're talking about, because we have the delivery, we have the order with the delivery, to the consumer's home, and sometimes reverse logistics comes into play. But there's multiple stops that have to be considered. There's multiple interconnected stops between the first mile, the mid mile, and last mile. E-commerce has caused a tidal wave of change in how companies interact with shoppers and how products are getting to consumers. An open collaboration platform is required to deliver an interconnected delivery network. Multiple shippers and carriers are coming together to bundle and optimize last mile deliveries. Connected platforms that enable manufacturers, wholesalers, and distributors to drop ship products for e-commerce retailers streamlines the transportation network. You can bring items from the first mile to the last mile. What you need is total visibility of the item. You have one item and it needs to be shipped from the West Coast to the East Coast. You can have multiple stops, multiple legs during that transit at different warehouses or terminals. So let's say a product is shipping from California to Oklahoma to Nashville to New York. So you can move items in a consolidated way between hubs across that region. As it gets to different hubs or warehouses, there could be a reconsolidation based on the route that truck is going to be driving to, until you finally have a consolidated shipment in the last mile where you can do a final redistribution and consolidation of a route for that final mile or last mile delivery. Technology can bring visibility to you, your partners, and customers for each item as it moves across a region to get to the final destination. Reporting is key. You need to report to multiple entities as that item is in transit, as it's in the truck, as it's in as it's within the four walls of a warehouse, either being stored or cross-docked. So let's take it a step further. An interconnected journey means you may also need to cross-dock items or store items. So you need an application and the visibility to the receiving, staging, and outbound management of an item as it moves within the four walls of a building. Within those four walls, inventory and loads can be split into routes where they can be assigned to vehicles so drivers can deliver the items to the next stop. You can have multiple carriers involved in this process, picking up and dropping off products and pallets, and the application needs to be able to do breakdown and consolidation, redistribution to new routes. Once you have the visibility and control, then you can confidently provide schedules and calendars for your customers so they can book their deliveries based on real-time availability and transit times as inventory moves across the first mile, mid mile, and last mile to get to the final destination. As the focus of retailers shifts to enhancing the customer experience and looking for ways to expand their revenues, manufacturers and distributors are seeing a significant opportunity to gain control of the home delivery journey. With the ownership of inventory and process to fulfill directly to their customer, the manufacturers and distributors now have more balance in the ability to generate more revenue for their bottom line. But this can only happen if you have the right technology in place. There's so many common logistical challenges in that flow. There's very frequently, there's siloed information. There's brick walls between the different players involved in the first to mid to last mile in how communication and data visibility is viewed. You can have many manual and redundant processes. As well, you can have multiple applications in play that are not integrated. By providing streamlined solutions to these key challenges, lack of visibility, lack of communication between partners, manual or redundant data entry points, or non integrated systems, you can resolve so many issues. So ultimately, what it comes down to is having the right data visibility, the right data integrity, and the right flexibility in your technology solution. An automated process will benefit your business. Improved visibility and decision making will not only help shippers get a better handle of the items that they're shipping to the last mile sectors. Technology enables the sharing of real time data across functions and leads to a more accurate and detailed planning process. Any technology upgrade may require an investment, and that investment will pay off in the home delivery journey by being able to manage the purchasing of items and having visibility to the orders as they come into your system. The increasing demand of consumers is driving retailers to focus more on their customer experience and service levels. If retailers can provide a great experience and service, it's likely to drive more revenue. Companies must transform all aspects of their home delivery process. That delivery journey must include the scheduling and pickup, and it must encompass strategic planning and route optimization within this process to schedule these deliveries. Within the pre-delivery, you would have an assortment and any kind of notification to the final destinations or to the next destinations. You also need some sort of a delivery, a proof of delivery for the drivers. So they need a tool, a mobile application that they can use that would give them turn-by-turn directions, that would give them the ability to get a signature capture, an image capture, to be able to add notes and to see different instructions or to be able to adapt to changing environments or routes on the fly. There has to be a post-delivery. The customer has to be involved, and so do the drivers. What was the experience like? What were some of the challenges? So you want to be able to survey. You want to be able to give real-time updates and status, real-time status updates to the drivers, to the customers, because we want to make it a very, very simple experience for everyone involved. And ultimately, at the end, we want to be able to report and bill against the services that have been provided. And within a fully integrated application and a full platform, you're able to perform this whole delivery journey through one application and have complete data visibility, integrity, and the flexibility as things change through that journey. So how do we handle that? How do we implement an interconnected delivery management platform? Delivery is a strategic investment. You're not investing in automation, you're investing in confidence. Improvements in the software can and will boost productivity. The trick to improving delivery performance is to focus on what's happening at an operational level and to automate. Automation can be quickly implemented and you can be up and running with visibility to all your required data in weeks by selecting the right technology partner. For example, inventory order booking and delivery scheduling can be easily added to your website. Website's existing code and multiple supply chains can be viewed as one simplified, overarching process. Ultimately, you'll have a better collaboration and improved communication between you, your partners, and all internal and external stakeholders. You'll have a competitive advantage in your business vertical. You'll have reduced operating and logistics costs because you'll have access to real-time data quicker. You'll have increased on-time delivery and better delivery windows because all your partners, all the manufacturers that are transporting goods for you, and as they're moving through that delivery journey between hubs, you'll have complete visibility of that. And as more carriers, more customers, more warehouses, more terminals are coming into play within your environment to help transport goods from the first mile to the mid mile to the last mile, you have an application, you have the technology to quickly onboard them and make them part of your process and to see what role they can play and what their efficiency is in that process. So a properly carried out automation project drives increased profitability through access to information because technology gives accurate and timely access to reliable information and improves proper communication between all your business partners. It then enables good decision making through quick and consistently available data. As data is coming in, there's real business BI tools that can show you the data that's coming out in a way that's legible, understandable, reliable, so you can take action to anything that may be happening in the future. It's secure data. Information can be organized in the cloud where you can store, backup, have redundancy and elasticity regarding whatever data you have in a secured manner. And then you have reduced expenditures by being more organized. So there's removing any kind of redundancy or manual behaviors, and you're not wasting as much time by various departments or resources overlapping each other or making errors through a manual data entry process. And then enhanced performance. Automating processes by integrating using EDIs, APIs, or AS2s, for example, reduces the amount of money, time, and manpower that was previously wasted when such processes were done manually. So what are the critical components for a successful delivery strategy? Improving speed and customer experience via technology-driven efficiencies really will close the gap. Most manufacturers and distributors, fulfillment networks are often built to be pallet in and pallet out. To support direct-to-consumer delivery, manufacturers and distributors will be required to retrofit their distribution centers to enable item picking, packing, and shipping of goods. But smart technology is the only effective way it can be deployed across your entire operations, because smart technology can help consolidate shipments to regions so they can be rerouted to the nearest last mile point for the home delivery. Data flow must equal the inventory flow across the WMS, across the POS or an e-com platform, a CRM, or even an ERP. And so the components of a successful delivery strategy is all about those vendor engagements. It's all about the technology solution partner that you're finding to help give you a single platform view of all your operations, the service level agreements that you have in place. All that has to be tracked through one singular platform. And you have to have multiple integration points with all your partners to support a full delivery process. And as I said before, partner onboarding is critical. You need to be able to easily onboard new carriers, new warehouses, new customers onto your system so they can all be part of the process, of the solution. So think about the details regarding freight processes and the smart technologies. You have to have a clear definition of the requirements. So what are your workflows? What are your business processes? And what are your rules? Every company is unique. You have your secret sauce. And you want the technology to work the way you work and not the other way around. So you want to find a system that covers all the key requirements of your business, of your secret sauce. You want to also make sure that you're associating with the right vendors. And you do that through proper vendor qualification and onboarding by integrating to the vendor's applications and making them part of your technology to be able to manage. So as you're getting orders in, your application is giving you the visibility of the first, the mid, and the last mile and the role that they play in that process. And you want the application to be able to take the inventory and the products that are being transported from multiple vendors via multiple carriers and to be able to consolidate and reroute them. Because ultimately, change management comes into play. And if your users, if your staff aren't buying into the system or buying into the process, it's going to be ineffective. So user-friendly, easy to use applications that give you complete data visibility, integrity, and accuracy to be able to support multiple vendors across a wide region, to be able to transport goods across a nation via multiple legs, intermodal legs, is what's required. And with end-to-end testing in an intelligent way, you're going to find a solution that's a good fit for your business. Depending on the complexity of the delivery program, you want to build an interconnected delivery technology platform to automatically enable vendor communication, optimal order routing, fulfillment, and event-driven notifications based on business rules your organization defines for each of your vendors. That's what's going to benefit your business. So you need to stop struggling with manually trying to figure out which routes are the most efficient and accelerate your decision-making process by automating. It's through automation. You can gain complete visibility over your entire multimodal delivery network, track goods from the starting point to anywhere in the world through a single platform. Intelligent route planning and optimization applications that take into consideration constraints such like traffic conditions, accidents, roads, vehicle type and capacities, delivery windows of the customers, route balancing between multiple trucks, and even reverse logistics are required. Give your customers the breadth and depth of choice they expect. Drop shipping provides an effective way for omni-channel retailers, online retailers, to drive additional sales with very little expense or risk, but only if it's automated through the right technology application that considers intelligent route planning and optimization as an example. The digital supply chain has arrived. Many companies are investing, especially considering the global pandemic and the demand for delivery management as opposed to pickup nowadays. Through technology, you'll be able to reduce costly inventory on hand and offer and sell more products while circumventing the need to purchase, store, and ship additional inventory. Through drop shipping and vendor engagement, You'll be able to drive sales and profitability, strategically leverage a dropship strategy to exponentially grow online offerings and sales opportunities. Clear Destination, who is our sponsor today, is the #1 delivery planning software in Canada. Clear Destination can rapidly integrate with existing technology across your network and requires fewer IT resources to manage. Given recent circumstances, it is more important than ever for retailers, manufacturers, distributors, and carriers to improve data visibility and business intelligence by obtaining a single enterprise view of their customer inventory, order, item, and delivery management process. The Clear Destination platform is intuitive, robust, easy to deploy, hosted in the cloud, user-friendly, and flexible to meet your unique business workflows, rules, and processes. Clear Destination can get you up and running in Canada or the United States with a unified platform in months, sometimes even weeks, versus years. I'd really like to thank everybody for joining me for this webinar today. I also welcome you to download a very informative ebook, How to Build a Substantial E-commerce Delivery Strategy. The link is posted right here on this page. As well, you can phone or email me at any point with any questions. I'll be more than happy to answer them for you. Today's webinar was my pleasure to present to you, and I hope that you did receive some great information out of it. I look forward to communicating with you in the near future. If there's any questions, please don't hesitate to contact me. Thank you very much, and I wish everybody a fantastic day.